welcome back. Today I'll be eating Wales. So this little package of Welsh treats was sent to me by Daisy. Daisy, thank you so much for sending me this package of treats. I've eaten Wales once before, so this will be my second taste, so I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Daisy. So let's go ahead and get started. Daisy sent me a little note and she shared with me some Welsh phrases. So please excuse my poor pronunciation as always. To say good morning is bore da, bore da. And to say good afternoon is Prynhawda. To say thank you is Diolif, Daisy. Daisy, thanks so much for sharing a little bit of Welsh with me. It's a really difficult language to try to pronounce because there are so many vowels. So so I had to Google Translate it and they had a robot voice. So another reason why my Welsh is so poorly pronounced. All right, so let's get to the tasting. These are called Welsh Potato Crisp and they come in lamb and mint. Made from potatoes born and raised in Wales. Perfect. So this is the Welsh flag right here, and it has the red dragon. Daisy says that Wales is very famous for their lamb, so she included these chips. They're dusted with this brown powder on them, and they are a little bit thicker than, say, like a Lay's or a Walker's chip, and they smell great. Wow. I've never had a chip like that before. So they're savory and minty. To me, a very curious combination. I think it's a very British flavor, having kind of mint jelly with lamb or meats. So I've actually never had it. It's definitely savory and quite salty, these chips. And there's kind of a meaty flavor, not one that I would just say would necessarily be lammy, but definitely meaty. And then kind of like beef bouillon-y. And then there's a definitely distinctive flavor of mint. The mint to me tastes a little bit more like spearmint, and it's not so minty like a peppermint or something, but a flavor that's not at all familiar to me. Interesting. Commerford Fruitcake. That's here. Daisy said this is traditionally called Badabrith in Wales, but she couldn't find one that had that label to it. She says it's very popular among children and the elderly, served with butter and tea. From the looks of it, it looks very similar to the barnbrock that I'd had in my Emmy Eats Ireland Part 2 that Donald made me. And let's give it a slice. This looks a little bit different than the one that Donald sent me. It's a little lighter in color. Looks more like a pound cake. And this one too smells a little bit citrusy. That's nice. It's like a pound cake. Donald's cake was completely different. His was totally chopped with fruit and a completely different crumb and flavor. This is much more like a pound cake. Very light, tender crumb with a slight citrus flavor to it. And then you get this little dotting of fruit. It's good. I think the fruit are sultanas or raisins. It's sweet, like a pound cake, but not overly so it's not heavy and dense. It's delicious. I love it. I just want a cup of tea. I should have brought one upstairs, but I didn't. Look at this fun little thing. This is called a clicker pop, and it's musical lollipop that we used to call Toot Sweets. Inside is a little lollipop. Cute. It smells like strawberry. And it tastes like strawberry. It tastes like just a strawberry hard candy. It's sweet and just a little bit tart. It's great. But I think what this is really about is just blowing the whistle and just being, annoying. Lyon's jam tea cakes. Here they are. Goodness. 2 layers of them. And they're so cute. Like little buttons. They're very similar to the snowballs that I had in my Emmy Eats Ireland Part 2 and my Emmy Eats UK Part 5. But, of course, there's no coconut. But there's a generous layer of marshmallow, a little bit of a chocolate coating, and then inside there's a little bit of jam underneath that cookie. It's delicious. Really fun textures, though, because you have that really thin coating of chocolate. Very soft, chewy marshmallow. And then just a tender cookie on the bottom, kind of like a biscuit. And then just a dollop of little raspberry in the middle. I believe it was Emmy Eats UK 2. I had something called Mallows, and those were made by McVitie's. And I believe those were a little bit bigger. But these are very sweet and charming. I love the size. They're very, very cute. These are Marmite oven-baked cashews. Yes! I love Marmite. So for those of you that don't know what Marmite or Vegemite is, it's this really flavorful, salty, dark-colored paste that's put on toast, and it's made out of yeast. which is kind of the leftovers of the brewing process of making beer. So I've loved it. I've had Vegemite in my Australia video. I'll put the link down below. And I've had Marmite a couple times. Most recently, I had it in my Emmy Eats UK part 6, I believe, 6 or 7. And it was a really strong Marmite. It was called Marmite XO. That was sent to me by Harold. They smell like nuts. So let's look. They're huge. These cashews are giant. I love cashews. Those are yum-orific, fantastic, delicious goodness. Unlike Twiglets, which were another snack that were coated in Marmite, which I didn't like, very bitter. These are not bitter at all, and they're just delicious. You have the natural sweetness of the cashew and crunchy richness and flavor. And then just a little bit of Marmite on the outside. Let's give this really nice, salty, soy saucy, delicious complexity and make them terribly addictive. So good. Now, this company is ASDA, I've been told. I was pronouncing it Asda, but many of you told me that it's not pronounced that. It's an acronym. And these are strawberry bonbons. Here they are. Very, very, very cute little pink balls. She said they're classic old-fashioned British candy. All right, let's give them a taste. Let's see if there's anything inside. I can't bite them. It's too hard. All right, here we go. They're actually kind of firm. Those are lip-smacking delicious, especially if you like strawberry flavor. They remind me a lot of the fruit-flavored Mentos, specifically the strawberry. Of course, it doesn't have that hard candy coating on the outside, but the middle and the flavor is exactly the same. Same kind of chewiness and really bright strawberry flavor in it. I love this description. Soft and scrummy strawberry flavored happiness. Yes, that is life, right? And this is called the real pork cracklins. These are called pork curls. Yeah! Super excited about these. I've heard about these before. Some friends have mentioned this in the comments below, saying they're called scratchings, I think they're called. Yes, so Daisy confirms this. She said traditionally served in pubs along with beer and often called pork scratchings. Yep, they smell exactly like pork skins. And they smell great, nice and porky. I've had pork rinds a few times. I actually had some pork ears before. If you missed my pork fried ears video, I'll put the link down below. It was Denmark, I think. I think it was my Emmy Eats Denmark video. I ate some pork rinds that were lip-smacking delicious too. These are a little bit thinner cut, and they also are thinner in profile as well. So good. Those are excellent. Oh man, really strong crunch. Not so airy. Some pork rinds or skins tend to be really light and airy and more like a cheese puff. I actually prefer this. These are more dense in terms of their crunch. They're very heavily seasoned, i.e. very salty, but full of fried porky flavor. Delicious. So good. The flavors are nutty and crunchy and porky, but not at all rancid or greasy. Delicious. This again is an ASDA candy, and it's called Teeth and Toothbrushes. Oh my goodness. They're so stinking cute. We have pink toothbrushes, we have yellow toothbrushes, and we have teeth. I had some teeth gummy candies in my Emmy Eats Sweden video. It was my very first one, and it was in a pick and mix kind. I had never seen them before. And they're so weird and creepy, but amazing. All right, look. Brush, brush, brush. Whoops. All right, let's eat a toothbrush first. Nice fruity gummy. A little bit marshmallowy, so it's a little bit soft and tender. This is a berry flavor. And let's try a pair of teeth now. Here we go. It's great. Same flavor and same kind of fluffy marshmallow texture. I really like the texture because it's not just hard and gummy-like. It's kind of fluffy and light. These are Maltesers. I had a version of this in my Emmy Eats Australia video, but it was a Easter one, so it's shaped like a bunny. And these are just the regular ones. Oh, I'm trying to keep them from rolling away. They're the beautiful Maltesers. They look like malt balls here in the States. delicious. We have a nice generous milk chocolate coating in the middle. You have an airy malty center that dissolves in your mouth and has a really lovely sweet malted flavor. So good. I love malt balls. The texture of malt balls are really great. You have the melty chocolate on the outside, and in the middle it's a bit like honeycomb. The last ASDA candy we're going to have are called Mini Marty's Bubblegum flavor. And they are so stinking cute. They're little mushrooms. Ooh, they do smell like bubblegum. They are so stinking cute. They look like little rucolas. All right, these feel a little bit firmer than the other toothbrushes. So I'm going to put this whole thing in my mouth. Here we go. So those taste exactly like bubblegum. They taste like Bazooka Joe bubblegum. The texture is a little bit firmer than the toothbrush candies. The flavor is okay. If you love bubblegum, then you'll really love these. But for me, I love the little form, the shape. They're so adorable, little mushrooms. Alrighty, so that wraps up my taste of Wales. Thanks, Daisy, so much for sending me this package of treats and all these sweet little candies. So I'm getting this feeling that there's a different tradition of sweets in the UK. There's more of like these sweet shops where you can get all these different kinds of shapes and pick and mixes and stuff. We don't really have that much of a tradition here in the States. You can find some specialty candy shops, but it wasn't something that we all had as part of our childhood, like the neighborhood sweet shop or something. But so many delightful shapes and fun flavors. But yeah, thanks so much for sharing them. These two things are my favorite. Thanks so much for sending these to me, Daisy. These are, I think, some of the best cracklings I've ever had, or scratchings. They're fantastic. If I ever get back to the UK, I'm definitely going to have to try this at a bar, or you call them pubs, right? Let me know in the comments below, if you were a flavor of potato chip, what would you be? Would you be lamb mint? Would you be Moroccan tagine? Would you be green bean casserole? Let me know in the comments below. All right, subscribe and like this video, and I hope you enjoy that. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in my next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye. So I did a little research about these eggs, and they became really popular in Italy post-World War II when people had a little bit more money, and so to celebrate, they had these chocolate eggs. And what's really great about these eggs are their surprises inside them. So let's see what's inside.